Lads, welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. I'm in good nick, and in this video we're going to be talking about 5 things we learned from the FA Cup match against Reading.
If you don't have a song, you may as well not go to the pub at all.
Lads.
Watch this.
Luke Freeman's Sheffield United career is far from over. So Luke Freeman's been a bit of a forgotten man in the last few months. He's only appeared once in the first team squad since the end of 2019. And in that game it was an unused sub. But he has played every single round of the FA Cup this season. And he's been the most creative player on the pitch. Every time. And again, against Reading, he was the most creative player, at least for Sheff United. He outshone Lundstrom, he outshone McGoldrick, he outshone Mousse, and he also outshone a £22 million player in Sander Berge. He created chances, he had a shot from miles out and troubled the keeper. And after 105 minutes, he had the energy to beat a Reading player to the ball, then take it along, pop it into the box, right to the back post where Billy Sharp was unmarked to head it in from the 6-yard box. And to be perfectly honest, I thought we were looking at selling him in January. There were some big rumours about Leeds, about maybe Notts Forest coming in for a cheeky little bid for him. And to be fair, I wouldn't have blamed him if he'd gone because he's been nowhere near the starting lineup. But after this game, I'm sure he'll put some doubts in Wilder's head. Because there's been loads of times this season where we've struggled for that creative player just to play that ball through. It's been lots and lots of throwing loads of strikers on and just crossing it into the box. If Freeman was playing in some of these games, we may have created more chances, we may have scored more goals. So maybe that's something that Wilder may be thinking about now. But it's going to be difficult for him because he's behind Norwood, he's behind Fleck, he's behind Sander Berge, he's behind Lundstrom, and he's probably behind Besic. I know they play in different positions, but he's behind all those midfielders right now. But like I said, I'd love to see him come on at least as a sub when teams come to Bramall Lane and just sit back and hope for a point. Mousse has lost his mojo. It seems a lifetime ago since Mousse was banging the goals in, assisting for other players, and just looking unplayable. And nowadays he's unplayable for a different reason. He was even nominated for a Premier League Player of the Month. Where's that gone? One of the factors in his dip in form could be him struggling for fitness. Because this season he's not completed 90 minutes once. There must be a reason for that. And we do see it. Round about that 60-minute mark, when he started the game, he looks knackered. And in some games, he's been coming on as a sub with kind of 20, 30 minutes. And he looks tired by the end of the game. He looks absolutely spent. And the fact of the matter is, he's a striker and he hasn't scored for 13 Premier League games. And against Reading, I thought this would be the perfect game to get him a little bit of confidence, get him on the ball, get him taking players on, getting shots away. But to be perfectly honest, the ball kept bouncing off him. His link-up play was non-existent. And every time he got the ball, anywhere near the goal, it was just shooting from anywhere, even the most impossible angles. Maybe he needs a goal to get him up and running again, or maybe he just needs a full pre-season to try and get him up to match fitness. Billy Sharp will never stop scoring goals. Yet again, Billy Sharp is in the right place at the right time. It is an art form and he has it down to a T. He could be walking onto that pitch with a walking stick, with grey hair at 80 years old, and he'd still be at that back post, putting the ball in the back of the net with his wrinkly old forehead. He just knows how to peel off defenders and get himself into space. He's been doing it all his career. But it's still not apparent to me whether he is good enough for the Premier League because he doesn't seem to get many of these chances in the Premier League because obviously we're playing against better defenders. But let's hope he goes on bagging more goals for the Blades because if anyone in this team deserves it, it's definitely him. We can win whilst not playing well. Now, one of the biggest positives of last night was actually winning the game when we played dreadful. Like, we held onto the ball well in the first half, didn't create too many chances, non-existent in the second half, but we still found a way to win. We were lacking that creativity from the wings, the overlapping centre-backs, the wing-backs getting high up, and we just kind of resorted to putting it in the box as much as we could, getting the ball on the wing and crossing it. And I know that worked well for Ben Osborne in the first half, whipping an absolute beautiful ball in for McGoldrick to head in. But I think it was just because it was early on and we kind of caught him off guard. Because we kept doing it all game and we got absolutely nothing for it, except for Freeman's cross for short, but I wouldn't call that a cross. I'm talking about kind of deep crosses from the wings. And the reason why I'm banging on about us winning this game whilst not playing very well is because we've not played great in the Premier League at times this season, like for instance Palace away, Everton away, and we're picking up these points. But this one was worse than any of the Premier League games we played this season. And I know we had a few lads missing, but yeah, it's good to see us winning these games when I thought Reading were the better team on the night, definitely. But this defence that we've got, even when the rest of the players can't create a sausage, them defenders are just heading and kicking everything away. We have the best defence we've ever had. And finally, that last point was a great segue into this point because we do have the greatest defence, certainly of my lifetime anyway. Because this defence is colossal. We did not concede one clear-cut chance all game. And the only goal that was scored was by a penalty that was soft. Soft, to say the least. Yep, Baldock shouldn't have done it, but it's not a penalty. Yep, and the reason why we won that game is because that defence does not concede goals. They are defensive gods walking amongst men. And the Premier League pundits absolutely laud our defenders, rightly so, but maybe for the wrong reasons. They're lauded because of the overlapping centre-back thing that everyone loves to just bang on about. Like, don't get me wrong, it's excellent, but that's not all they do. Like I said in the last point, they head everything and kick everything away. And that's all they really need to do. And the reason for that is they stay in their system and they stay tight. When we're defending in around the box, we have 5 lads right in front of their attack. And obviously Norwood drops in, Lundstrom, they all drop in. We defend as a unit and we attack as a unit. They are so disciplined at the back. And that is the reason why we didn't concede any chances against Reading. So there's 5 things we learned from the Reading match. If you've got any other thoughts of lessons that we've learned from that game, please let me know in the comments downstairs. I hope you enjoyed it. Like the video and subscribe and stay in good nick. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button. And if my content is something that you might like to see more of in the future, hit the subscribe button with notifications turned on. Oh yeah, and stay in good nick.